Hi guys! Today I want to show you all about how I made these cute little trees. They're super fun and simple to make. I made these specifically for the 2 Christmas markets that I have this month. They are my first ever markets. I want to have a variety of price points at the markets, so I thought that something small and simple that I can sell for just a few dollars would be good. I just had my first Christmas market last weekend, and I have my next one coming up next weekend. These cute little mini trees were really well received and several of them sold. So here's how I made them. These trees were thrown off of the hump, which means I take a big chunk of clay and put it on the wheel and then throw with just the top portion of it. This method is a great way to throw a lot of little things quickly, and it worked really, really well for these trees. Throwing these trees was super simple. I just pulled up and centered a small piece of clay, and then I made it tapered like a tree shape, and I left them solid, so I was careful to make them pretty small so they wouldn't get too thick. Then I took a tool and pushed it into the sides to create more of a tree look with adding some stripes to it. It doesn't look like individual branches at all, but it gives it more of a feeling of being a tree with the lines in there. Also, it opens up the tree a bit more to drying more evenly as it is solid and not hollow. I just smoothed them and cut them off the hump, leaving enough clay on the tree to make a trunk. You may notice that each tree I made is a little bit different. I like it better that way. Some are taller, some are skinnier, some shorter and wider. But, my family and I went out to the forest and cut down a tree for Christmas, and that's how the real forest looks. All the trees are different. And I love that these little clay trees look like a little forest all together. It's so fun. I wiped them all down with a sponge after they dried a bit. I can't seem to pick them up after cutting them off the hump without messing them up a little bit, but they cleaned up just fine. After they dried, the trees went through a bisque firing in the kiln, and then they were ready to glaze. I mixed up a light green dipping glaze for these and dipped them all individually to glaze them. A brush-on glaze would have taken a very long time, and it would have been harder to get into the grooves that I cut into them, so I'm glad I'm getting into mixing my own glazes. It was so much easier. Once they were all glazed, I fired them again, and then they were all done. They look so fun all lined up, and they look great. I really think they'll be a fun little low-priced item for my upcoming markets. I know that I would buy one if I was at a market, and I didn't already make them. So let me know in the comments, would you spend $5 on one of these cute little trees at a market? Or maybe you'd want to buy 2 or 3 of them? They do look even better together. Let me know in the comments, and wish me luck on my market next weekend. It is 10 hours long, not including setup and cleanup, and I'm pretty nervous about it being such a long day. Anyway, I'm hoping to sell a lot, and I hope it'll go really well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.